Our journey begins approximately 10,000 years ago, in a time when the world was vastly different from what we know today. This era marks the dawn of human civilization in a region known as the Fertile Crescent, a cradle of early human development. This area, stretching from the Persian Gulf to the Nile River, was where agriculture and with it civilization first emerged. It was a land of opportunity, where the first seeds of human progress were sown. The Fertile Crescent was blessed with rich soils and abundant water sources, making it ideal for the growth of wild grains like wheat and barley. These natural resources were crucial for the sustenance and growth of early human communities. These grains, the ancestors of modern-day crops, would prove to be the building blocks of civilization. They provided a stable food source that allowed human populations to flourish and expand. The inhabitants of the Fertile Crescent were initially hunter-gatherers, living off the land by hunting animals and gathering wild plants. They relied on hunting animals and gathering wild plants for sustenance, using primitive tools and techniques passed down through generations. Their nomadic lifestyle was dictated by the availability of food and resources, leading them to move frequently in search of sustenance. However, the abundance of wild grains in the region sparked a profound shift in human behavior. People began to recognize the potential of these grains as a reliable food source. This shift marked the transition from a nomadic lifestyle to a settled one, laying the foundation for the development of agriculture and ultimately, civilization. Early humans began to build permanent settlements, cultivate crops, and domesticate animals, leading to the rise of complex societies and the birth of human civilization as we know it. The transition from hunting and gathering to agriculture was a gradual process, spanning thousands of years and countless generations. It began with the simple observation that discarded seeds near campsites would sprout new plants, a phenomenon that intrigued early humans. This discovery, simple yet profound, led early humans to experiment with intentionally planting seeds, marking the first steps towards farming. They realized that by cultivating grains, they could secure a more reliable food source, reducing their dependence on the unpredictable nature of hunting and gathering. This marked the dawn of agriculture, a revolutionary change that would transform human societies forever. Over time, early farmers developed techniques for planting, tending, and harvesting crops, learning from each season's successes and failures. They selected seeds from the most desirable plants, gradually improving the yield and quality of their crops through a process of early selective breeding. The cultivation of grains provided a stable food supply, which was a significant advancement for early human communities. This stability was crucial, as it allowed early humans to abandon their nomadic way of life and establish permanent settlements, leading to the development of complex societies and the foundations of civilization. The discovery of bread was likely a serendipitous event. Early humans, now familiar with grinding grains into flour, may have accidentally discovered that mixing this flour with water and cooking it over a fire produced a palatable and satisfying food. This simple mixture, the precursor to modern bread, would have been a revelation. Bread offered several advantages over raw grains. Grinding grains into flour made them easier to digest. Cooking the flour further enhanced its digestibility and palatability. This discovery marked a significant step in culinary development. Bread was not only a source of sustenance but also a symbol of ingenuity and cultural advancement. Bread quickly became a staple food in the Fertile Crescent. It provided essential nutrients like carbohydrates, protein, and fiber. The carbohydrates provided energy, while the protein and fiber contributed to overall health and well-being. This nutritional value made bread an ideal food source for a growing population. Moreover, bread had excellent keeping qualities. It could be stored for extended periods, especially when dried or baked into hardtack. This preservation method was crucial in ancient times where food preservation was limited. The ability to store food surpluses was a significant development. It provided a safety net against times of scarcity and famine. Section 5. Seeds of Society, Permanent Settlements Take Root. The advent of agriculture and the discovery of bread had a profound impact on human society. With a stable food supply, early humans were no longer compelled to wander in search of sustenance. They could settle in one place and cultivate the land. This led to the establishment of permanent villages, the precursors to towns and cities. These settlements, no longer temporary camps, fostered a sense of community and shared purpose. People lived in close proximity, working together to cultivate crops, build homes, and protect their communities from threats. This sense of community was essential for the development of social structures, laws, and governance. Section 6. Time for innovation, specialization, and division of labor. As villages grew and prospered, food surpluses became more common. This surplus freed some individuals from the demands of agriculture, allowing them to specialize in other crafts and skills. This division of labor led to the emergence of artisans, craftspeople, merchants, and religious leaders. Specialization brought about innovation and technological advancements. Potters developed new techniques for crafting ceramics, while metalworkers mastered the art of forging tools and weapons. This specialization and innovation further boosted productivity, leading to economic growth and prosperity within these early settlements. Section 7. Flower power, the rise of cities and civilizations. The surplus of food combined with specialization in trade fueled the growth of villages into bustling towns and eventually into sophisticated cities. These cities became centers of commerce, culture, and innovation. They attracted skilled artisans, merchants, and scholars from far and wide. The rise of cities is intrinsically linked to the development of civilization. As urban centers grew, they required sophisticated systems of governance, infrastructure, and social organization. This led to the development of writing systems, laws, and political structures that formed the bedrock of early civilizations. Section 8. Bread and the gods' ritual and religious significance. Bread, as the staple food, became deeply ingrained in the cultural and religious practices of early civilizations. It was not just a source of nourishment but also a symbol of community and shared labor. It was often seen as a gift from the gods, a symbol of life, fertility, and abundance. The act of making and offering bread was a way to honor the divine and seek blessings. This reverence is evident in the religious rituals and mythology of various cultures. Bread was more than food, it was a sacred object imbued with spiritual significance. In ancient Egypt, bread was offered to the gods as a form of worship. Temples often had dedicated spaces for bread offerings, and priests played a crucial role in these rituals. The Egyptians believed that Osiris, the god of agriculture, had taught them the art of bread making. This connection to a deity elevated the status of bread in their society. Similarly, in ancient Greece, bread played a central role in religious ceremonies and festivals. It was often used in offerings to gods and goddesses, symbolizing prosperity and divine favor. Bread, as a symbol of sustenance and life, transcended its nutritional value to become an integral part of ancient belief systems. Its presence in rituals and myths underscores its importance across different cultures and eras. Section 9. Bread throughout history, a global staple. From its humble beginnings in the Fertile Crescent, bread embarked on a remarkable journey across the globe. As civilizations interacted through trade and conquest, they shared their culinary traditions, including the art of bread making. Bread, in its various forms, found its way into diverse cultures and cuisines. In ancient Rome, bread and circuses were used to appease the populace. The Romans were known for their advanced baking techniques, even establishing bakeries that supplied bread to the masses. The importance of bread in Roman society is evident in the phrase panem et circenses, meaning bread and circuses, highlighting the essential role of bread in maintaining social order. Section 10. The legacy of bread, from ancient grains to modern loaves. The legacy of bread continues to shape our world today. Modern bread, though vastly different from its ancient ancestors, still relies on the same basic ingredients and principles discovered millennia ago. The cultivation of grains remains the cornerstone of global food security. From the artisan bakeries crafting sourdough loaves to the industrial production of sliced bread, the art and science of bread making have evolved over time. However, the fundamental importance of bread as a source of nourishment and cultural significance remains unchanged. Section 11. A timeless treasure, the enduring importance of bread. The story of bread is the story of humanity itself. It is a testament to human ingenuity, resilience, and our enduring connection to the land. From the earliest attempts at cultivation in the Fertile Crescent to the modern marvels of baking technology, bread has nourished our bodies and shaped our civilizations. As we break bread today, let us remember the long and storied history of this humble yet essential food. It is a history that reminds us of our shared human journey, and the remarkable ingenuity that has allowed us to thrive on this planet.